The history of France is often told through the glitter of Versailles or the smoke of the Revolution. But beneath the surface lies a deeper, more complex soul. France is known as the fille aînée de l'Église, the eldest daughter of the Church. It is a nation whose very bones were knit together by faith, yet it is also a nation defined by restless movement. From the Germanic tribes that gave the country its name to the global empire that stretched across oceans and back again, France has always been a crossroads. To understand France today, we must look at three distinct pillars:
the baptism of a kingdom, the spiritual expansion into the New World, and the modern struggle to reconcile a secular republic with a world in motion. It begins not with a constitution, but with a conversion. In the year 496 AD, the Frankish king Clovis I stood in a cathedral in Reims and was baptized. In that moment, the fate of the French monarchy was tethered to the Catholic Church for over a millennium. This wasn't just a religious act, it was a political masterstroke that transformed a collection of fractured tribes into a cohesive European power.
For centuries, this faith was the primary engine of French life. It built the soaring, light-filled spires of Notre Dame and Chartres, and it sent knights on long, bloody crusades. But that same faith eventually became a source of agony. In the 16th century, the wars of religion tore the nation apart. Neighbors turned against neighbors as Catholics and Huguenots fought for the soul of the country.
This era sparked the first great wave of French migration. Following the revocation of the Edict of Nantes, hundreds of thousands of French Protestants fled. They took their skills, their wealth, and their culture to England, Prussia, and eventually the shores of America. France's loss became the world's gain, marking the first time the French identity was exported through exile.
As the monarchy consolidated its power, France looked toward the horizon. Faith and colonization went hand in hand. When Samuel de Champlain reached the rugged, frozen shores of Quebec, he wasn't just seeking furs and territory. He was extending a spiritual mission.
Unlike the English colonies, which often sought to displace the inhabitants, the French New World was defined by a unique, often difficult dialogue. Jesuit missionaries, the Black Robes, ventured deep into the wilderness. They created a unique French Catholic identity in North America that remains a vibrant, defiant culture today.
But this expansion had a darker, more utilitarian side. In the Caribbean and Africa, the French colonial project became inextricably entangled with the slave trade. The Church provided a moral framework for some, but for the state, faith was often a tool of the civilizing mission. This concept of mission civilisatrice was used to justify the occupation of lands from West Africa to Indochina, forever altering the demographics of the globe.
The 20th century brought a radical reversal. As the French Empire collapsed after the World Wars, the people from the former colonies, Algeria, Morocco, Senegal, and beyond, began to move to the mainland. Many came to help rebuild a war-torn France, bringing their own faiths and traditions with them.
This shift transformed France from a monolithic Catholic society into one of the most religiously and culturally diverse nations in Europe. But it also reignited old tensions. France operates under the strict doctrine of laïcité, a form of secularism born in 1905 to protect the state from the Church. Today, this law is the front line of the migration debate.
How does a nation with deep Catholic roots and a secular government integrate millions of new citizens? The struggle over the role of religion in the public square, from headscarves in schools to the ringing of church bells, is not just a political debate. It is a search for what it means to be French in a post-colonial world.
France remains a nation of beautiful, painful contradictions. It is the land of the cathedral and the guillotine, the home of the crusader and the secularist. Its history shows that while borders change and colonies are lost, the movement of people and the evolution of faith are the true architects of a nation.
From the baptism of Clovis to the multicultural, bustling streets of modern Marseille, the story of France is a testament to the fact that a nation's identity is never finished. It is a constant, living dialogue between an ancient, sacred past and a global, diverse future.